Morning, Adelaide. How you doing, guys? Thank you for joining me this morning. Beautiful Adelaide morning. Morning, City of Adelaide Lions. Morning, C201, C1 Lions. Morning, friends. Morning, colleagues. Hope you're well on this Sunday morning. I'm Andrew Stacey from the City of Adelaide Lions Club. This is the Lions Get Active walk. Just looking around already because there's a couple of people jogging here. I'm at the Gazer Footy Club again. There's a couple of people jogging around the ovals, someone walking the dog, a couple of people playing tennis. So there's a few people getting out already on this beautiful Sunday morning. It's 9 o'clock, a couple of minutes past. So if you think I'm an hour late, please don't worry. I did mention last week I was going to start these at 9 o'clock now, while the weather is a bit cooler. So good morning, hun. Hope you're all well in Facebook land. Hope you've had a good week. And we've got a friend joining me today, Lion Matt. We'll be practicing a bit of social distancing. Hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me this morning. I do want to quickly actually say thank you to all those people who have been joining the last number of weeks. This is the 8th time I've done this walk. About the 4th time I've been here at Gazer Footy Club. And just want to thank everyone for joining me on these and writing comments. Really appreciate it. There's just a small movement at the moment. I hope it grows as time goes on, especially when the coronavirus is all up and done with, and the social distancing guidelines we don't need to follow. So hopefully we can get a few people following this actually live and in person. But I just want to say thank you to all those people who do listen in. I know there's a couple of people from work. I know there's a friend of mine from Singapore. Hopefully he's on his 10k jog at the moment. Good on you, Brad. Go for it, buddy. It's great to see a cousin of mine from England. I know I get a couple of people from the US following. I know I get a couple of people from Melbourne and Sydney following. So thank you guys for watching these and hope you get something out of it. Thanks for Scotty who comes along. Scotty, how are you, mate? I used to work with Scott at the YMCA. So I appreciate all of you who do log on and have a look, whether it's live or whether you watch the video later on in the day. So I just want to say thank you for doing that. Really appreciate it. Got a couple of things going to talk about today. Some of it will be City of Adelaide Club base related, some of it will be general diabetes stuff. So for those who might be new watching this later today or this morning, this is a new program called Lions Get Active, raising awareness for diabetes and wellbeing. A lot of stuff is wellbeing stuff because of obviously what's going on. So I just want to make sure that people are out there getting their exercise, or whether you're outside or indoors getting your exercise. So I hope you're finding your way to keep mentally healthy as well as physically healthy, socially healthy, or where you can. Hope you're catching up with people via Zoom or video chats or phone, maybe just talking to people outside their doors. Hope you're finding ways to keep yourself mentally fresh and mentally healthy, as well as getting out there and keep yourself physically healthy, because we know how important that is in these weird times. Just want to say a quick hi to Matt, who's with me today.
There you go.
So welcome, Matt, for coming along with me this morning. He's got the footy. He'll be doing a few laps. He is far fitter than I am, so he'll put me to shame, which is fine. Talking of that, have you guys got Danny Koda's online? How are you, buddy? Looking forward to some long hours, working hours with you over the next couple of days. Big few days at work. I was just going to say, have you guys got a, the old bathroom scales? I got on mine this morning, and the thing read, "Please observe social distancing, only one at a time." And I thought, oh great, I guess I better keep up with this walking then. Anyway, I'm just keeping out of the way. There's someone who's running behind me. I'll keep out of their way. There goes Matt. What an athlete. Anyway, it's a little bit overcast here in Adelaide this morning. Had a little bit of rain as soon as I got out of the car. So I've got my umbrella with me. Hope I don't need it. But I hope people are still finding a way to get their exercise in. What I'm planning on doing, whether it's by myself or whether I get a group of people with me doing this, is to even try and do this while, no matter what the weather is. So if it's raining, I'm just going to rug up, get the umbrella out, If it's nice weather, then obviously that's easy. So I'm trying to make this as consistent as myself. If you remember what I was saying last week, if you're exercising, consistency is the key, as well as having good nutritional diet. And that was one of the things I wanted to talk about this morning. My friend Brad from Singapore put me onto a website last night that was directly related to diabetes and talked about your dietary intake and just a few simple tips for those of you that would like some nutritional advice. I can send you the link so you can get that information firsthand as well if you like. There's a few nutritional tips that help people. Morning, mate.
Morning, how are you?
Good, mate.
Excellent.
There's a few nutritional tips to reduce your risks of getting diabetes, or if you have diabetes, to at least help maintain it and do your management plan as part of your management plan. Oh, sorry, just knocking the phone there with my umbrella in the hand. There's a few tips, so I'll just reel off a few of those. If you've got any questions about this sort of stuff, please hit me up with a message while I'm walking or afterwards. Either way is not a problem. First thing is water. Goes without saying, drink plenty of water, avoid sugary drinks. Water is obviously good for regular hydration, but it's good for your circulatory system, for your blood, and which is crucial when it comes to people with diabetes. It also aids the pancreas in terms of insulin production, and obviously water is better than sugary drinks. There is a recommendation you can still keep up with your herbal teas and green teas. Just make sure you don't put any sugar in there, added sugar. So water's the first thing. Now these tips aren't anything revolutionary. They're quite basic in terms of what a lot of nutritionists would recommend for regular diets anyway. But eating whole grains is important rather than white. The whole grain controls the sugar release when it's actually consumed. And so for those who eat a lot of sugar, regular sugar, you know how you get that energy spike, but then you also get the downer afterwards. The good idea when it comes to whole grain breads, rice, all that sort of stuff, is that the sugar and the glucose that's actually in those foods slowly releases into your body. So what obviously that is good for is if you're diabetic, you don't want those sugar spikes. You want a slow release of the glucose that comes from those foods, and so it helps you keep your blood sugar levels under control, and therefore the effects of what happens with your diabetes from there. So eating whole grain breads, cereals, rice, wheats, all that sort of stuff is actually really important to manage your diabetes, and if you want to manage, if you're trying to prevent diabetes as well. And the third and last one I'll mention, because you can go to the website and see more, is good old fruits and veg. Fruits have their natural sugar, which is obviously good. Amanda, how are you? Hope you're well. So obviously fruits have their natural sugars in it, and veg is obviously really good for fibre as well as other nutrients like your zinc, magnesium and all that sort of stuff, which is good for energy production. And so eating fibre again is really good from the point of not only does it keep you regular, but it makes you full. I want to see you kick a goal. Oh jeez. Yeah, I definitely will have to. Scotty's asking me to kick a goal. I'll probably get out, 20, then 30, probably knock it out to 50 afterwards, but I'll probably have to stretch a hamstring or two beforehand. Happy to do that. Be the first kick in years. Yeah, so eating the fibre in your diet is actually good for making you feel full. Therefore, you don't feel like you need to eat more within a couple of hours. That's the detriment of regular sugar. Sugar doesn't fill you up. It makes you want to eat more at a sooner period of time. So if eating food for you is an issue when it comes to your weight management or diabetes management, eat foods with lots of fibre because it helps you feel full. Same with protein rich food. They're foods that tend to make you feel full for longer. Therefore, you don't need to eat as many times. So it can help you from that point of view. So I just wanted to share those few tips. If you have diabetes, those 3 things will give you a good kick into keeping your management in check. Evelyn, how are you? I know you're always watching. Always thank you for making a comment or viewing me at these lovely mornings. I'm sure John is there somewhere too, probably having a coffee. thanks for joining me. Yes, I just want to mention those. If you want that link that my mate sent me, happy to just let me know and I'll send it your way. I'll share it with you. Obviously it's easy enough just to Google that sort of stuff anyway, but I can send you the link that I got that from. So yeah, so keep that sort of stuff in mind. And I said those ideas aren't anything revolutionary. They're quite common when it comes to any sort of nutrition. Nice one, Evelyn. But obviously they're quite crucial when it comes to people with diabetes for the reasons that I mentioned there. So hopefully you're getting your exercise in today, or you have been during the week. I said I actually can see one lady here who's actually here quite regularly, not with me, but she's here at Gazer, and she's been walking every other week. She's now trying to run, which is good. She's trying to get the jog on, which is marvellous. I would jog online with you, but I don't want the video camera to bobble around more than it already does. So I do try and get out and do a couple of laps after I see you guys online here. So I might do with Matt here, might kick the footy and get a bit of a run on there. So please find your way to still get your exercise in. Push-ups at home, crunches, you know, side bends, lunges, squats, all that sort of stuff is really good. You've got weights at home, guys. You know, just get a full milk carton or bottle of milk, and there's some weight right there. I don't always have to use a lot, but it gets you going anyway. What else was I going to mention? I was going to mention a few things from a club point of view. I know that a lot of clubs are making sure that they stay in contact with their members, which is really important, as we should be doing with our friends anyway. I know that the leaders of our club have got in contact with a number of our members. And I was actually going to just make mention, this might embarrass Matt a little bit, but I'm not going to mention him words specifically, or who for, sorry. But I just want to put a bit of a challenge out there for at least the lines of the City of Adelaide Club. I reckon it'd be really important if people give other members a phone call. So please don't wait for maybe the leaders to give you a phone call. Get out there and call other members. I know Matt has called at least one member, and he asked for a phone number of another one. So I'm not sure if he's called the other person yet, but I think it's awesome that he's got off his own bat and made that phone call to one of our other members just to check in and see how they're doing. I know that one of our members actually called the Prez to see how she's doing. It's not often that the top guys get thought of, so it's appreciated that that member got in contact with Patria. So I just want to issue a thought and a challenge out there for City of Adelaide Line members who are following me. Get out there and call other members. Don't wait to be called on. One of the best things I like about our club is, and one of the things I do try to promote, is that as a club, hopefully we are a group of people that actually want to spend time with each other, actually like each other. You know, hopefully it's a place where people can go to talk to each other, have some good times with, and I know we can't do that at the moment in person, but the whole point is to actually spend time with people. So not only we do our projects and we do our fundraising, we have our dinner meetings every month, but I hope that people actually come along because they enjoy each other's company. So I hope that other members of other clubs do the same thing. It's a club, it's a place for people to socialise, it's a place for people to hopefully feel a sense of belonging, that you're with like-minded people, and as humans we crave that. We crave that need to be with other people, like-minded people, because we're pack animals. Patricia just mentioned, wrote in a comment there how much she loves our club and its members, and like I said, we enjoy doing the service stuff, but we do it because we enjoy being with the members as well. We actually enjoy their company. We've got some really cool people. I know there's a bit of self-bragging for our own club, but City of Adelaide is, while we're the first club in SA that was formed back in 1961, we're a pretty large club as well, which we're really proud of. We know membership is an issue in Lions worldwide, and I know that a lot of clubs struggle. I know there are a lot of clubs who are flourishing. Ooh, ready to kick the point for the West Coast Eagles. Yeah, some clubs are really strong in numbers, and some are healthy, some are prosperous, which is great. But like I said, we've actually got a good number in our club, and we have a real diversity in our club. We age range from low 20s. We've got a couple of members in their low 20s, and our oldest member is 91. And we've got a cross section of ages right across that group. So from that point of view, we've got such a range of experience and youth, which is really cool, which can be drawn upon. And I know that Matt and a few of our members, Craig and Christy, get along with our members so well that you might have seen a few weeks ago that they even just visited and had lunch. And doing those little things is not only good for those older members who don't get out as often, our more experienced members, but it just shows that unity. And surprising, well, I was pleasantly surprised how much of a response it got from people for such a small act. It actually just meant a lot to a lot of people. So I really appreciate the fact that they got off their own. They thought of it themselves. They didn't need any prompting from anyone to go ahead and do that. Oh, sorry, I got a bit closer, didn't I? Love helping your club too, Evelyn. And that's one of the other things I was going to mention, is that the clubs in SA now are starting to get a bit more connected as well. We're starting to help each other. So we love helping the Adelaide Hellenic Club. Katrina and I helped out with the Clendy Festival a few years ago, and I didn't even realise that was a Lions event until we got asked to volunteer. The Clendy Festival has been going on for 40 years, and I know that Glenn and Evelyn and John have always put so much time and effort into that event over the years that we got offered as a club to help out, and we did. And I didn't even realise before that it was even a Lions event. So that was our first opportunity to work with the Adelaide Hellenic group, which is the Greek group club, and we've become really good friends because of that ever since. We're really close with the Prospect Bay Russell Lions Club as well, and so we're slowly forging those collaboration events and times to catch up with these other clubs. Has been really cool. Anyway, back to the city of Adelaide. I was just going to say, like I said, we're such a broad range of ages. Scotty, how are you, mate? Another Scotty I know, one of the two I work with. Yeah, we've got such an age range, sorry. We've even got such an ethnic diversity. We've got plenty of Aussies. We've got Matt, who's, you know, family from Philippines. We've got a couple of our members from Iran. We've got a couple of members from India. We've got members from Japan. We've got such a breadth of diversity in our club. Again, it's one of those things that we're really proud of. So we try and use that as a promotional tool to encourage others to come along. We've got wives and partners that come along to our meetings that aren't members, but they still help out anyway. So that's always really appreciated. We've got people from all sorts of different professions. Myself, I was a teacher, now I'm in recycling. Excuse me. We've got budding doctors, we've got budding vets, we've got IT geeks, marvellous people. We've got management, we've got a dentist, we've got people who are accountants. We've got people from such a breadth of professions that, again, it just makes things so interesting to catch up with people. And so, a bit of self-promotion. Our club is really cool from the point of view of such diversity, meeting new people. And so, if you're not a Lion yet and you're interested in joining the Lions Club, obviously we'll be more than happy for people to join us. But as I've said with other days walking around, please check out your local club and see if they interest you, see if they've got projects that you're interested in being part of. The City of Adelaide Club has got heaps of different projects that we get involved with. And so if one of those interests you, please join us as well. Like I said, message me here, get on our Facebook page, get on our website, make an inquiry. We can answer any questions that you've got. We've got a complete list of projects that we do and how we get involved. This activity is not a fundraiser. It's purely just getting out there, making sure that I get my exercise in as well as other people, but making sure that people see that we as Lions are actively getting out there to help people, not just fundraising, not just making care packs, but actually physically getting out there and doing stuff. So that's the reason why I got out there doing this. We had a great crowd the first couple of weeks that I did this. I'm glad that Matt's come out with me this morning. Matt.
Yes.
Quick question maybe. Can you maybe give us a reason as to why you joined Lions when you did back in like 2015 or 16? I can't remember, when was it?
Yeah, it's probably 4 years now. I guess from playing footy and that, it's always been team orientated, and there's always been involvement with the community and that side of things. And
yeah.
Obviously, my time being here, I guess I've always felt I was a bit privileged and a bit Thankful for what I've got, and obviously going to Philippines and third world countries, you generally get to see a lot of people struggle, and a lot of people don't realise that also happens here. So just sort of being able to help any sort of way I can, and giving some time, sort of just, you know, just makes you feel good and know that you're helping others.
Yeah, cool.
Really, so.
Matt joined a while ago, and like I said, back in 15 or 16, and just recently we've asked him to start helping out with the Hear Me Roar project. And so while he's unable to come along to the working bees that we do, he's been hugely helpful with deliveries of those packages that we do. So the packages that we do for the Hear Me Roar project head out to the hospitals. I did a delivery yesterday of books to the puddle jumpers. Kate, how are you? How you going? Hope you're well. And so knowing Matt's timetable, he's been really generous with his time during the day to help Patria with doing some deliveries of the Hear Me Roar packs out to different hospitals. So it's just little actions like that. Brad, how are you, mate? Have you started your run, or have you just finished? So doing things like that, if that's how you contribute, then that's awesome. We don't ask people to have to put in 20 hours a month of work or week of line stuff. We simply ask people to do what they can when they can. And I think that there of what Matt does is a prime example of how he helps the club, helps the community, and gets our projects out there. Because the project of the Hear Me Roar project is to help people in hospital, help kids with their literacy. And so even by delivering the books to the associations that we've got an association with is a huge help to the club. And Matt knows he's doing his bit for our club and for the community to help out those kids with their reading needs, get those packs out to the hospital, to the patients, for the patients. And it's cool. It's simple as. It doesn't need to be huge. You don't have to spend hours and hours and hours doing stuff. If your contribution is not small, but if it's smaller in time and it suits your timetable, then of course we'd love to have you on in our club, and any Lions club would love to have you on as well. So yeah, just wanted to mention that. If you're feeling good out there, give us a thumbs up. If you're feeling really good out there, give us a heart. Appreciate all of you who are online at the moment, following and just watching. If you watch later today, give us a thumbs up if you're feeling well. Show us a heart if you're feeling a bit of love out there. If you're not even feeling that good, they're coming through. Even if you're not feeling good, give us a sad face, we can talk about it later. I hope you're well, guys. I really appreciate you following. I'll probably leave it here. I'll go through a couple other things and then I'll leave it there. Probably fit in another lap or two, kick the footy with Matt. Two things actually. Please continue sending in your photos of your exercise, of what you're doing to keep active. Throw them in the comments there. You can add photos to your comments there. So please share what you're doing online with me, and that way you can share to other people what we're doing as well. Love to see photos of what people are doing. Like I said, Brad's over in Singapore. He sent me photos of his jog routes, which is cool. One of our other members gets on the roller skates, which is cool. Send photos through. Let's share them. Let's see what people are doing. I want everyone to feel hopefully a little bit motivated, maybe a little bit inspired to get out there and get some exercise done. It's only going to be half an hour, if that. Whatever it is that is your cup of tea. Mum, Dad, how are you? I don't know if it's Mum or Dad, it could be both. Both their names come up on their Facebook. Yeah, so get out there and show me what you're doing. Send me a pic, you can add it to your comments. Please share the video if you've got the time, if you're feeling it. Next week, still starting at 9 o'clock, but next week is going to be a little bit different. I've got the lovely Lynn as part of our Lions Club to do a bit of a yoga session. They probably will, Brad. They probably will. Yeah, Lynn's going to be running a yoga session for us next week. So if you've never done yoga before, here's an awesome opportunity to do some basic moves. Yoga is awesome for stretching, for a bit of mindfulness. If you've never done it before, don't be negative about it. Give it a crack. She'll be starting with the simple poses first for those who haven't done it before, and there'll be a few more complex ones for those who have done yoga before. But we'll live stream it next week, starting at 9 o'clock. With Lynn running a yoga session, so it's something different from listening to me yap on. So if you've never done it before, from the comfort of your own home, no one's going to be watching you. Give it a crack. Awesome for mobility. If you're getting older like me, yeah, thanks Matt. If you're getting older like me, like I'm feeling it in my joints, not only is it good to be physically fitter and keeping your heart health good, but you need to make sure that your muscles are supple, meaning that they're pliable, they're actually movable. Hey mum, love you too. Really important that you should keep your muscles flexible from the point of view that when you do exercise, you don't feel so much soreness the next day. To make sure that your joints stay mobile. And I was going to say something else there and I've forgotten it. Keeping the suppleness of, hey?
That old age kicking in.
Yeah, like when old age kicks in, man, the stiffness of even just jumping out of, getting out of the car. Little things like actually keeping up yoga and keeping your muscles flexible does huge wonders to your self-esteem. Keep safe too, John. It's obviously good for your mobility and joint range of motion. And obviously it's a good injury preventer. So keeping your muscles stretched and therefore your tendons a little bit flexible and stretched as well is obviously hugely helpful to your joint mobility, range of motion, that sort of stuff. So yoga's on the go for next Sunday morning, 9 o'clock. Lynn will be running that. Man, if I did it, we'd be in real trouble. So Lynn's running that. She's a professional fitness trainer, so she knows all that sort of stuff. You're in safe hands. Give it a go in your own homes. No one's going to be watching you. No one's going to be sniggering at you. You don't have to worry about the old downward dogs and being in uncomfortable positions and having, body parts on people's faces. It's all good. So join us next week at 9 o'clock for a bit of a yoga session. Get comfortable at home. Get in your exercise gear. Make sure you got some water with you. I'll put a reminder out during the week that that's what we're doing. So please get out there. Please send me your pics. Thank you all for joining me this morning, or if you're watching me later today. Thanks for Maddie coming along this morning. I'll send a photo of me kicking a goal from 50s for Scotty, as requested. and I hope you have a good week, guys. I know I've got a busy week at work. Matt and I've got a bit of a busy week at work, so hopefully we'll be good. Scotty's, I'll see you during the week. Daniel, Coda, see you guys during the week for a big week. Hope everyone has a great week. Have a great Sunday, whatever it is that you're doing. We're doing a bit of a Lego Masters challenge at home during the day, up until the episode tonight. So be safe, keep up the good work with this whole social distancing stuff, Adelaide. I hope the world is, catching on to what we're doing. And stay safe, be good, or be good at it. And I'll see you next week, guys.